Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I would like us to talk about the new War Leaders Combat Patrol. I have to admit that this is an army that I like a lot, and I even got the previous Combat Patrol, so of course I wanted to use this opportunity to share with all of you what I think about this new Combat Patrol. Which means, as usual, that this video is just my opinion, and of course I invite you to let me know in the comments what you think about the new War Leaders Combat Patrol. Okay, enough of the introduction, let's take a look at the contents. If we decide to get the new War Leaders Combat Patrol, we're getting 10 Khorne Berserkers, 10 Jackals, and then we're getting 2 characters, 1 Master of Executions and then 1 Demon Prince. And before I talk about these units one by one, there's something that I would like to mention. It's funny because the first miniature that I got for the War Leaders was Angron, but after that I went right away to get the Combat Patrol because I thought that it was simply perfect. It was like a really good Combat Patrol. It was all of them were brand new miniatures at the moment of the releasing of this Combat Patrol. We had a super cool looking character, we had 20 Khorne Berserkers and then 10 Jackals. So for me this was like the perfect way to start a War Leaders army, because it's like this is perfect, this was really good, and I really wanted to get that Combat Patrol, I mean this one, because I thought that it would be impossible for the next one to be as good as this one. Actually, I thought that the next one will be much worse than this one. And now when I look at the new Combat Patrol, I'm shocked, because I mean I don't think that this one is better than the previous one, but I also cannot say that it's worse than the previous one. Actually, I will consider both of them to be at the same level. If I think about someone that wants to start a War Leaders army and that person says to me, hey, will you recommend me the War Leaders Combat Patrol? I will say absolutely, go for it, it's very good, because the contents of this Combat Patrol are super interesting. And let's go back to the miniatures, okay? If we get this Combat Patrol, we're getting 10 Khorne Berserkers. This is the most iconic unit of the War Eaters, so of course it's a must and we need to have this unit in the Combat Patrol. There it is. If we get the Combat Patrol, we get our Khorne Berserkers. I would also like to mention that at the moment of making this video, the Khorne Berserkers and the Jackals are very new miniatures. They were made quite recently, so that means that the amount of detail is great. They are not going to be refreshed anytime soon, so we can get all of them that we want. They look super great, and the sprues also super nice. There's a lot of options for them. They are super cool. And talking about the Jackals, for me, the Jackals is the type of unit that, yes, it's always useful in an army, but it's not something that I will buy willingly. I mean, it's not something that I will be happy to buy. I don't imagine myself going to a store and saying, okay, I want to buy a box of Jackals. But if they are part of a Combat Patrol and I can get them at the discounted price of the Combat Patrol, they are perfect. They are simply perfect, and that's why I'm happy that they are there as well. I mean, I don't know about you, but I prefer to go to a store and say, hey, I would like to buy 1 box of 8 bounds, rather than saying, hey, I would like to buy 1 box of Jackals. And by themselves, they are kinda cool. They are the equivalent of the cultists of the War Leaders. They are kinda unique. They are fun. They have nice poses, nice sculpts. They are fun as well. And then we have 2 characters. I'm not super happy about having 2 characters. I will start talking about the Master of Executions. That to me it's super funny that this character is part of the Combat Patrol, because everyone was kit bashing Master of Executions. I kit bashed one of them because of course it was like the only non-named hero on foot that the War Leaders had, so of course everyone was kit bashing one, and now it's like, okay, here you have it in the Combat Patrol, there's no need to kit bash it anymore. To be honest, to me, the Master of Executions, it's the weakest part of this Combat Patrol. I mean, it's not bad, but still it's like the only thing that I can complain about. First of all, this is a generic Chaos Space Marine character that now it's part of the War Leaders army. I mean, it's okay, as part of the lore, the Master of Executions is like devoted to Khorne, so okay, it makes sense that it's part of a War Leaders army, but still this miniature came as a generic Chaos Space Marine miniature that it can be part of this army. Then, I consider that this is the only miniature inside of this Combat Patrol that maybe we don't want to have 2 of them, because 2 units of Khorne Berserkers, perfect. 2 units of Jackals, can be good. 2 Demon Princes, can be very nice, but 2 Master of Executions, if someone wants to get this combat patrol twice, this is for me the weakest part, but still it's not bad, it's a cool character, it looks quite good, I have to say, so I'm not sad that it's part of the combat patrol, it's just that for me it's just the weakest part. And then from, to me, what's the weakest part, let's go to the best of this combat patrol, and it's that we have a Demon Prince. At the moment of making this video, the Demon Prince is also a kinda new miniature. I mean, it's not the newest, but for sure it's not old. It's a quite recent sculpt, that's great, because the amount of detail is fantastic. The miniature by itself, it looks awesome, it's quite big, and there's like a lot of different customization options, there's a lot of different heads, there's a lot of different details that we can attach to make it part of any Chaos army. There's like a lot of Chaos symbols, it can be devoted to any Chaos god or Chaos absolute, so it's super cool. And also we have wings there, so this is like the full kit. We can do a lot of things with this Demon Prince. It's not only that the miniature by itself it's super cool, no, aside from that, when we look at this combat patrol, when we look at this image, it feels super good to have again a super nice centerpiece for the combat patrol. The presence of that Demon Prince makes this combat patrol look much better. Because it's what I said earlier, we have the Khorne Berserkers, super cool that they are there, most iconic unit of the army. Then we have the Jackals, it's nice to have them there at a discounted price. Then we have the Master of Executions, but then on top of all of that we have this awesome looking Demon Prince. And I don't know, when I look at this combat patrol, it's like super eye-catching, it's like okay, I look at that Demon Prince, it looks great, and then I look at what he has around and it's like okay, it's even better. From my point of view, Games Workshop did it again. They made an awesome combat patrol for World Eaters players, I'm very happy about that, but as I said previously, this is my opinion, these are my first impressions and thoughts about the new World Eaters combat patrol, and again I invite you to let me know in the comments what you think about this box. I don't know, I simply like a lot the new World Eaters combat patrol, because especially it will suit nicely my army, because right now what I have for the World Eaters is just Angron plus the previous combat patrol. Aside from that, I made my own Master of Executions, because like everyone, I did some kit bashing and I converted my own. So it was like a fun thing to do. You can even find the videos on the channel if you're interested. So yes, I made my own Master of Executions, but I wouldn't mind to paint the actual one, like the proper Master of Executions. And because of all of that, when I look at the new combat patrol, for me it's like, okay, this will be a nice addition for me. I wouldn't mind having 10 extra Khorne Berserkers, because by themselves they are awesome, they look super cool, the kit is fantastic, the amount of detail is great, and having 10 more, okay, no problem, give me them to me, I'm okay with that. Then we have I will have 10 extra Jackals. As I said previously, this is the kind of unit that I don't mind to have at a discounted price. I already have 10 of them, so when I see this, it's like okay, I can have 10 extra. Maybe more than 20 will be too much for me, because it's not the type of miniature that I enjoy the most from the World Eaters army. So for me it's like okay, I wouldn't mind to have these 10 extra ones, it can be okay, no more than that, so it's like a nice number for me. And then we have the characters. For me, it will be fun to paint the actual Master of Executions. I for sure will use a different head, because I don't like that head that they put on him, to be honest, because that is covering the trophies on the back, so I will try to choose a different head, maybe without helmet actually. So yeah, I will try to do something different with that. And then we will have the Demon Prince. I don't have the Demon Prince, I have just seen it, I think that it's awesome, but of course at some point I would like to have my own and paint a Demon Prince. For sure it would be cool. I would like to paint a Demon Prince for each god, it would be fun. So yes, that's something that I'm looking forward to do at some point. But anyway, let's not forget that I still didn't finish my current combat patrol for the World Eaters. I need to finish the one that I have before I even think about getting a new one. Because at the moment of making this video, I have to paint 2 Jackals, I have to paint 2 Khorne Berserkers from the first unit of 10, and then I have 10 Khorne Berserkers that I have to assemble and paint. So once I finish that, I will think about this combat patrol. And with all of that being said, this is the end of the video. I don't have much else to say about the War Leaders Combat Patrol for now. So of course, as always, if you're still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.